Good afternoon, everybody. Steve Fletcher with the Trumpet for My People. Real quickly, I want to share with you two pieces of information. The first thing I want to share with you is that this year, Nisan 1, which begins on April 1st going through April 2nd, is also the exact same day that Ramadan begins in Israel. April 1st through April 2nd is day one of Ramadan. This convergence is very rare indeed, because the Islamic calendar has 354 days, which they do not change from year to year. So their calendar rotates. Like this year is April 1st. Ramadan will begin next year. It will begin around the spring solstice. Then it will go around March 13th and March 2nd, and it'll go around through the whole year. Okay, so I went back to about 2010, and there's nothing close at all to Ramadan being connected to Nisan 1. Okay, and you can do this search for yourself. But the thing about the Islamic calendar is that they have 354 days. It's a lunar cycle. This conjunction is very, very rare. Okay, I don't know when the last time this could have happened. Well, anyway, there's a report that is being shared today through Amir Tsarfati, and he's talking about this Ramadan in the Muslim world. This Ramadan will be the last Ramadan before the destruction of Israel. Okay, so right now we have this huge conjunction happening with all of the things that I've been sharing about leading up to Nisan 1 in this very pivotal year of 2022. And now we have the connection to Nisan 1 being also the first day of Ramadan, and we have this report coming in from Amir that according to the Muslims, this Ramadan will be the last Ramadan before the destruction of Israel. In other words, this is the year that Islam will hope to see the fulfillment of their prophecy of the end of Israel. Okay, this is the year that the Muslims are looking for that to happen. So let me share this clip with you from Amir, and I just wanted to get all of this information out to you so you can see how this is lined up. Ramadan and Nisan 1 is all connected here. Now, the blessing for Ramadan, which is pretty interesting, is Ramadan Mubarak. Ramadan Mubarak. That's the blessing they give at the beginning of Ramadan between Muslims. So, could be within the blessing of Ramadan is the name of their Mahdi, Barak.
Police that is confirming what I reported. So folks, just so you know, there is running around, there is a sort of a new teaching that is being circulating right now in Islamic mosques in Israel, but also it's coming all the way from Iran. A teaching that based on calculation of some Islamic cleric from verses in the Quran. Listen to this. Israel will cease to exist on July 8 this year. Again, I reported that. If you're not on Telegram, you need to be on Telegram, because this is where I report these things. Again, there is an Israeli document already, a government document. This is not just rumors anymore. So you need to understand, This month of Ramadan that will start in a few days, the Muslims convinced themselves this is the last Ramadan before Israel is gone. They convinced themselves that this is the Ramadan they need to use to put an end to Israel. You need to understand, they somehow convinced themselves that by July 8, according to their calculations, they convinced themselves that somehow Israel will cease to exist, will come to an end. The Arabs will win. This coming July 8. Now I'm telling you, at first when I heard about it, I thought, I don't think anyone in Israel will even think about it, talk about it. But I'm telling you, in light of 3 major terror attacks within 1 week that killed 11 Israelis, we haven't had this since the early 2000s. We've had the most secure and safe years under Netanyahu. This new government is now appeasing the Palestinians, and this new administration in Washington is trying to do that as well. And we're watching what happens right now. But I want you to know, folks, this is above and beyond political. This is a religious war that was waged, and it's based again on some sort of a Muslim cleric from Iran that came up with a formula by calculating some dates that he got from some surah in the Quran, that Israel's end is by July 8. And this is what is motivating some clerics in mosques in Israel to give preachings about it, and that is causing excitement in some devout Muslims who want to go to heaven, who want to take part of this effort to bring the end of the state of the Jewish people. We are entering into a phase of, in a way, existential war right now. The Israeli Prime Minister just told the Israeli public the following thing. Listen to this. If you have a license to bear arms, please. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a US president telling everyone who has license for a gun, please carry your gun with you? Well, that's what the Israeli Prime Minister just said. That tells you that finally the Israeli government, this weak, pathetic government, understands we're in a big problem right now. If you thought that 2022 is going to be easier and lighter than what we had the year before or 2 years earlier, kiss that thought goodbye. We're entering a new phase, and I want you to know, again, there is a Muslim teaching running around, I don't know, maybe the trigger for something much bigger that you and I know that is going to happen in the Middle East. So I'm telling you, I'll update you more about that. But again, this is why within 7 days, 11 Israelis were killed in 3 different terror attacks held and carried by Arab Muslims who are influenced by these teachings, okay?